Hello everybody and welcome to Friday with Dannphan. We actually made it for this one, this time around. How's everybody doing this fine Friday? It's a little bit dark in terms of the lighting, but it's good enough. We'll call this good enough. So hopefully everybody's been having a good week. Oh yeah, some people are noticing the new banner. I guess it just automatically uses the banner that I put up for the thumbnail of the streams. I guess that's how it works. Yeah, it was a bitch trying to get that thing to fit just right on the YouTube banner, because like it has all these different versions that it will use of the same photo for, like, oh, this is how it'll look on desktop and your mobile and TV screens. So it gets all fucked up. It just gets all messed up. And I think the version that I use on my Twitter actually looks better. It's like more what I had in mind when I was like making the banner, but I just wasn't able to get it to look the same on YouTube. Like on YouTube, I had to do all this extra work to make it fit right. It was just such a bitch. I uploaded like 4 different versions on the YouTube one before getting to this. Or whatever you see on the thumbnail when we were starting the stream. So you know how it goes. I wasn't planning on using that at first, the drawing that I did of myself. I don't really typically like drawing myself. Which, you know, it's something that I kind of gotta do because I'm an artist. It makes sense for me to do my own icon for the channel, to remind people that I am an artist. Oh yeah, and I'm also wearing the shirt too, the Suko Dekai. I switched out the words though, of course. But yeah. So the reason why I did that drawing was it was originally an art piece for somebody else, and like some scheme that they had concocted for like advertising my channel on somebody else's like background. So I did that art piece for them. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? I might as well use this for something else. So I decided to make like the new banner have that somewhere within it. And I also did a new ending theme. I'm not sure if I'll keep the ending theme exactly the same, but I like got somebody to animate it to make it look a little bit more alive, and I guess that's fine. I might still like fiddle with the ending theme a little bit. I might still fiddle with the banner a little bit because I'm not super duper happy with it, but you know, you work with what you got when you got it. That banner does look good. Well, that's good. I haven't changed the actual icon, though. I don't know if I should swap out the, I guess it's kind of like chibi anime, kind of cartoonish icon-ish. You know what I mean? I don't know if I should swap out this face with like this anime face. I don't really know if I did the face that well, honestly, on this art piece. It kind of is like pretty meh for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm feeling like it's pretty meh. I don't really think it's that impressive. So I guess I'll just be inconsistent. Because that's just how I am. Huzzah! But yeah. That's the whole story of why the banner is different. And there you have it. Thank you, Mark. I had to pay a professional to get my headers scaled properly between the different socials. Happy Friday all. Yeah. It's a real pain. Because you want it to look good on every single screen. And then you want it to look good for the thumbnail for these live streams. And I think it doesn't really look that great for the thumbnail. It looks completely super duper small. But that's just how YouTube wants it. I don't know why YouTube asks for all of this empty space in their banner scale, but that's what they ask for. They want a shitload of empty space. Thanks, YouTube. Much harder than it should be to scale banners across these platforms. Oh yeah. Kind of miss the days when YouTube channels had more customization. Oh, I get that, for sure. YouTube used to be much more customizable. It used to have a lot more features on it that people actually wanted, and now they're adding all these features that we don't want. I mean, that's just kind of true of all social media across the board, is they just keep on forcing these features that we don't want upon us, and then taking away the features that we do want. Which is a shame. It's very frustrating. But I guess that's just kind of how it goes. So, I guess, what news can I share with you today? A bunch of things, I guess, happened of recently. So the big thing is, for the most part, I'm finished Sonic City Witch work. For the most part, you know, asterisk after that. I still have to kind of, fiddle with it and get it to the beta readers and get their feedback and then fiddle with it even more. But the big brunt of the work is done. So for those of you who haven't already, do consider pre-ordering the graphic novel. It is still up for pre-order on the website. I have not yet sent it to the printers because of course it needs proofreading. It needs all this other editing work done to it before it is officially ready to go to the printers. But you will be happy to know that yes, the majority of the work is done. Now we're just in editing phases. So hopefully the editing does not take too long. Because I also sent searchers to the printer not too long ago, but like at the beginning of October. So actually, yeah, I guess that is a little bit long, waiting like 2 weeks. They're still reviewing the files. They still haven't gotten back to me as far as whether or not we're ready to get it printed yet. But hopefully I hear back soon. If you pre-order Sonic City Witch from the website, by the way, you get the poster free. I'll be sending the poster to the printer soon as well. Gotta make sure that that's done. I can't imagine that the poster will take a longer time to finish printing, though, compared to the actual comic. So, there's still time to do all the minor work. But yeah, still kind of waiting to hear from the printer about searchers, which you can also pre-order right on the website. If you wanted to own the physical of this, it is a one-shot by Mark Moore, featuring interdimensional travel, fighting monsters from another world? I guess you could say that it's an isekai, but it feels a little bit different from an isekai. It feels like more He-Man-ish, but like, you know, guns and stuff. You know what I mean? Anyway, so there you go. There's things to be excited about. The Searchers is at the printers. We're just waiting to actually get the books. Sonic City Witch should be ready for the printers at the very least by the end of this month. I would be very surprised if it took longer than that to get it ready. Editing can take a long time, and it is a long comic, of course. It's like over 100 pages of reading here, but I think we can get it done pretty soon. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing the work, you know? Let's see. What else happened? I know that a lot of people were talking about the Twitter thing. do I even, should I even talk about the Twitter thing? So, yes, a bunch of people are saying that they're leaving Twitter again because of some sort of new terms that they're presenting. Although I'm not really sure how new it really is. The big thing, and this is coming from someone who has not read the terms yet. This is like third-party information, like I just heard it from other people bitching about it online, but I myself have not, like, verified any of this. I wish I could just, like, have somebody on call to verify for me. This is why I don't do news topics anymore, because nobody knows what the fuck is going on 90% of the time. The thing that they're presenting on Twitter is the people that you block can still view your content. That's what they want to push forward with. That's the main thing anyway. Which is bad, because if you're getting stalked by somebody, if you're getting constantly doxxed by somebody, it's not very helpful if they can just view your content anyway and, like, continue to dox you and post about you and shit. So I can see that going very wrong, and I think people are understandably kind of upset about that. What's the point of calling it a block then? I think the intention behind... It's a bad move, right? It's objectively just a bad move on Twitter. Granted, you know, Elon Musk is not the CEO anymore. He, like, gave that job to somebody else. So somebody else is making this decision. It's a bad decision, and he should still take responsibility for bad decisions that people under him make. So I think the idea of it is that they are trying to increase the time of... Hang on, let me find the words that I'm looking for. They're trying to increase how much people are interacting with the program. And because people are using block bots, or, is that what they call them? Yeah. Because people are using block bots on Twitter, it's preventing interaction on Twitter. So instead, they're making it so you can still view the content even if you're blocked. And that's supposed to combat the block bots. However, that's not the only reason why people will get blocked. There are very valid reasons why people would get blocked. So that's not helpful. It's a very overcorrection. And then the other thing, speaking of, like, all these social media companies, like, trying to force features on us that we don't want. The other thing that is also driving people off of Twitter, X, whatever, is that they want to use all of your content that you post to train their AI, to train Grok. It used to be something that you could interact with the AI on Twitter voluntarily, giving, like, information to it. And that would be the only information that it would use to train the AI. Now they're just making it all content across the board without opting out being an option. So that's why a lot of people are really upset about that part. A lot of artists, you'll notice, leaving X because they don't want their art to be used to train an AI, especially if they're an anti-AI artist. And I think, you know, obviously it doesn't prevent anyone from having their content being submitted into an AI, because all of the content that's submitted into an AI generator, none of that, I can guarantee you, like, 90% of that is being done without the owner of the content's permission. Most of it is just being like swept from online, probably using bots to just gather up content from online to then train an AI. So, you know, it's stupid. it shouldn't be necessarily allowed, but yeah, it just seems like such a bad move. I'll give it this much. Like, other social media does that already. They're just less transparent about it. X is being more transparent about it, but they also just shouldn't do it in general, you know? And nobody uses the AI on Twitter. Like, very few people are interested in using that AI feature. That's just how it is. It's because so little people are using it that they have to just get everybody's data from everybody posting to train the AI, because not enough people are interacting with it to make it a better AI. Because that's how it learns, is from people feeding it data, and not enough people are doing it. That's why that they're it's like this vicious cycle, you know, where it's like, well, what's the point of making it a better AI if nobody wants to use it in the first place? I don't know, but yeah, you didn't even know that X had an AI feature. Well, there you go. Yeah, they call it Grok. It sounds like a caveman. I don't know what they were thinking when they named it that. It's dumb, but you know. And it is confusing why they're making these decisions. If they're going to actually go through with these decisions, I don't really know, honestly. Because it doesn't help. It's not helping the platform itself. So it feels... yeah, it really feels like they're jumping the gun on this recent announcement. But then again, I'm hearing this from other people describing what the announcement is actually, but so who knows if I'm getting the right information, but that's definitely people's understanding of the information. So, lots of people saying, oh man, I'm leaving X and I'm going to Blue Sky. Even though Blue Sky also sells your data for business reasons. And it says that in their terms, that they can sell like all your information for like for business purposes, or they can use it for business purposes and stuff like that. I mean, it's less transparent about what they mean by business purposes, but you can kind of guess, right? So it's not like Blue Sky is necessarily going to save your art from being fed into an algorithm or anything. Grok is a Martian word in the book. The book? Grok is an old hippie word meaning understand. Yeah, I don't know, man. It sounds like a bad name. It sounds bad. But I know that's just my opinion. I'm just saying. Dannphan on Instagram then. I am on Instagram. I don't advertise it because I don't like Instagram. Pretty soon I'm not gonna like Twitter that much either. But the problem with Instagram is it's too much algorithm. Similar to YouTube, actually. I'm growing to hate YouTube more and more throughout the years because it's just too much algorithm. When I watch a video, just spur of the moment, I feel like watching a specific topic at a specific time, and then my YouTube homepage is just full of that one channel or that one topic. It's like, no, I never want to... I've had my fill. I never want to see videos about this ever again. Why can't you suggest to me anything else now. It's so annoying, and it really makes it impossible, especially on YouTube, to find any new content. Instagram is guilty of the same thing, though. I can't find any new content on Instagram. You can barely even search for things on Instagram, because it'll show you one page of results, and it's all like I said, like algorithm based, just like YouTube is. I can't even like go through the people that I follow on Instagram, though. It'll show me like one of their posts, and then when I go back to the Instagram homepage, all of the posts are just gone. They just vanished, and it's only the algorithm. It's like one new post and then algorithm posts and ads, and that's it. It's like impossible to scroll through the people that you actually follow on Instagram. You see their post once and then never again. It'll never show it to you again. It's so crazy. I don't know what is wrong with these social media platforms. They're just consistently getting worse and worse and worse. Like, how do you expect me to spend all my time on the social media when I can't find what I'm looking for? I mean, it is purposefully trying to confuse you, trying to get you to try to, actually actively look for stuff on the website, because the longer you spend on there, the more ad money they get, right? That's the theory anyways, but it makes me not want to spend any time on there ever, because it's so frustrating to look for stuff. Nearly impossible to find stuff. So I never spend any time on Instagram ever. Adam does. Adam finds much more value from the Instagram algorithm than I do. I don't think he really follows anyone, though. I think he literally just, like, scrolls through whatever the algorithm has for him to offer on that day. Like, what has the holy algorithm given me today? It's like spinning the wheel of bullshit. That's him using Instagram, right? But I'm only going on Instagram to look at the artists that I follow. That is my only want out of the Instagram website. That's all I want. That's it. And they make it so difficult. They make it so difficult to find the people that you are actually following. And I post on Instagram whatever art piece I have. I post on like a couple different platforms. I don't like posting on multiple different platforms. I would prefer if there was just like one or two main ones that I could just post to. I prefer that, but the world is constantly changing, and now everybody wants me to get a fucking Blue Sky account. Like, no fucking way. Get the fuck out of here. I'm fine. I'm okay. Thank you. Instagram video autoplay is too obnoxious. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Parents, every single time on their phone they open Instagram and the volume just blasts out of the phone. Just like a sound wave, like boom! It's always the stupidest shit. The audio just plays. Fuck, no. No, I never turn the volume on for Instagram, ever. Because I don't want that to happen to me. It's like, oh no, you are permanently muted. Awful. Oh yeah, when YouTube recommends you channels that you've unsubscribed from. Especially channels that you dislike. Like, I thought the purpose of the dislike button nowadays, I thought it was supposed to train the algorithm for what I like and what I dislike. But apparently it fucking does nothing. Because I can dislike a video, and then YouTube will recommend me that same exact video that I've already disliked. What the fuck? Why? There's so many videos on YouTube. There's so many of them. You have an endless amount of videos on YouTube, and you holy algorithm just so happened to pick out the videos that I don't like and show them to me again? It's crazy. It's insane. It's preposterous how bad social media has gotten. It really is. Oh, God. Yeah, the one social to rule them all would be nice. Right. The only issue with that is, of course, monopoly. But, I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels like practically all social media runs exactly the same now anyways. Like, once one big social media decides, hey, we're gonna get rid of actual search results and just make all search function algorithm based, which is what every single social media account does that now. As soon as one of them did it, they all did it. The fuck? You're all the same. There's nothing unique about any of you. You're all making the same mistakes that nobody wants. Ugh. It's so frustrating. Yeah, here we go. We officially turned the Dannphan channel into Dannphan ranting about how she doesn't like any social media. But it's true, it's gotten so much worse. I used to really like going online and like interacting with people and posting shit. I used to really like it. I used to like searching the internet for like information and fun facts on stuff, right? I can't find any actual factual information on things anymore. I can't find shit. Every fucking time I search something, it's just giving me some article by some fucking idiot who doesn't know what they're talking about. No source cited in an article. Like, what? Why are you showing me this? This is not helpful at all. God. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. They had something that worked, and it worked too well. It worked too well, and so they fixed it. Because you weren't using the internet long enough. I don't use Google search engine a lot. Oh yeah, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. It's exhausting. It is. And another thing is, and this, I guess, actually relates to something related to me and channel and comics and stuff like that. Finding artists on social media is getting harder. Twitter is probably still kinda my go-to for finding artists, you know? But overall, finding artists is really hard on social media. It's always better when you speak to an artist or for anything. It doesn't even just have to be like comic art, but like for animation, for like music, you know, anything creative. It's always better to contact someone directly, talk to them directly, and work out a one-on-one deal with them. But it's very hard to find them. Especially nowadays, because it's all algorithm based, because you can't actually search for things. You can't actually search for people. And God forbid you don't ever post a Twitter ad. Don't ever, no. If I ever do that in the future, I've got to, for sure, make it a post that only my followers can see. Because fuck. You just get so swarmed with bots. So many bots. Oh. And absurd. It's absurd. and you say in the post, don't DM me. Just show me your portfolio and I'll reach out to you if I'm interested. Because that's how it's supposed to work. But they do it anyway. They DM you anyway. Thanks, Mark. Here's some money for the swear jar. I'm just unloading at this point. It's gotta go somewhere. All this energy is just gotta release somewhere, right? Oh, but yeah. I'm basically, for a lot of work that I need done, it's basically the artists that I already know and already have worked with, or know for whatever other reason. If those people, kind of my go-tos. Every now and then I'll ask someone for a recommendation and then get disappointed. But, and then Fiverr. Fiverr's the other one that I go to. And I don't like Fiverr. Don't by any means take that as an endorsement of Fiverr. Fiverr's garbage. It is. It has a big problem with their advertising. It's a big AI cuck fest on there. They have a whole section for hiring someone to generate AI for you, which makes no sense whatsoever. Why wouldn't I just go to an AI generator myself and generate something? It's just based on this phony idea that somebody else is better at generating. It's like the gambling fallacy, where you think that gambling has any kind of skill to it. You're like, oh, I gotta wear my lucky shoes today so that I can generate a good art piece. Like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, Fiverr's bad. A big thing about Fiverr is people who have no experience, right, posting other people's art and like scamming people. But, you know, Fiverr does have some protection from if you are getting scammed, you can get your money back at least. So there's that, right? But people are also going to charge more on the website because they're getting a part of their commission taken from them for Fiverr to keep the website going. So that's not good. Part of the reason why it's much better to hire someone directly. And then advertising. People on Fiverr can pay for advertising on there. And it's very obnoxious. I mean, like, when you search for something specific that you need, it's a row of ads, actual search results, and then another row of ads, and then goes on like that, just interchanging for every single page. Which is really obnoxious. And yeah, don't recommend by any means. But I go to Fiverr because it's easier to find and look through people who are looking for commissions there. It's easier to find like these odd jobs on Fiverr than it is to try to look for these people on social media because of the whole algorithm bullshit. So, like, if I need someone to make a bardcore instrumental of a song that I wrote, I can't really find them on social media. Like, I've done searches before, and I can't really find anyone who does that specific thing. But on Fiverr, I can find somebody. Just kind of how it goes. Granted, I would like to get to know more people who do this random creative work. Just so that I do have someone in the pocket to do stuff that I need. It would be nice. And then there are people on Fiverr who also don't have any social media, which is crazy. You should. You should, so that I can contact you outside of Fiverr and that we can do direct business instead of you relying so much on this shitty website. Are there any Fiverr alternatives? Like, are there other websites that do the same thing as Fiverr? Where artists can just, like, list gigs for freelance. Don't say LinkedIn though. I'm not going to LinkedIn. but you know what I mean. Like, the idea behind the website is good, but the website itself is suck. It is sucky ducky. Let me see. Artists on social media are some of the most insufferable, unprofessional redacteds you could ever have the displeasure of running into. I've had generally good experiences, generally. You know, it's a little dependent on the person, of course. And I also tend to hire people that aren't as well known. Like, I don't even really bother contacting really, really big name artists. And I guess maybe part of me thinks that the really big name artists are going to be a lot more snobbish. Part of me. But part of me also is thinking, like, it's probably out of my pay rate, right? But you know. Honestly, I'd love to find someone who could draw one of my characters, especially for a custom arcade stick. Like the ones you see in the fighting game community. Right, right. WeWork? Is that a thing? That's not like another LinkedIn thing, right? So like I said, I don't really like it. I don't like LinkedIn either. Upwork is... eh. Yeah, I am thinking like specifically creative work. Specifically creative work. Like I'm not looking for I'm never going to be looking for a plumber on a Fiverr-like website. I am always going to be looking specifically for creative work. Like I mentioned before, like music or animations or maybe even like translations, right? Because I do want to look into translating some of my comics into different languages and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just hard to find people who do these very specific types of jobs that I need to get done. So I end up using a website that I don't like. Dannphan social. We could build it. Ah, yes, there we go. I saw no text-to-speech do a video on Upwork. Lots of scammers on there. Well, yeah, they all have scammers on them. The question is, will the website actually protect you against scammers? Like, if you report someone for scamming you, will you get a refund? That's the big question. Because if you can at least get your refund back, then at least you have that security there. It's really annoying though when you can't get that. Because like, well, why the heck am I even going through this third-party website in the first place? You don't know. But yeah, I've had really hit and miss experiences on Fiverr. I would say maybe most of them maybe misses. Maybe? I don't know, man. Well, you know what? I wouldn't say misses. I would say mediocre. Like, kinda what I wanted, but not exactly what I wanted. I had, for example, for Reaper the comic, I had someone do a 3D model of the castle. One, so that I could use it as reference for the actual comic itself, but two, because me and Adam wanted to 3D print the castle. This is not the castle, right? But this is like the idea that we had. This is a free model, and we wanted it to be something like this, where we printed out the castle and sold it as like a figure, right? So I did hire someone on Fiverr to do that. And the 3D file was a little bit janky. It was pretty janky, and it wasn't exactly how I wanted it. You know, it was a little bit... I had to mess with it a little bit and edit it a little bit to actually get it the way that I wanted it. So, you know, it's like, it was usable, but we couldn't 3D print it. I could still use it for the comic. So it's like kind of just halfway there. It's just kind of half what we wanted, but not really the full thing. I think maybe the best experiences that I've had on Fiverr was honestly the Bardcore song for the Reaper promotion. Let me pull that up, just in case some of you forget about this. There it is. This song, right? There. This song was, yeah, I mean, I could play some of it, but I don't know how much you want to just, like, sit here and listen to music. This is a song that I kind of wrote for a little bit of promotion for Reaper. It was mostly because I wanted to do it and I thought it was fun. You know, some things I'm a little bit guilty of, just like kind of like a birthday present to myself type thing. The animation, I hired somebody directly though. I did not go on Fiverr to get them to animate Ichabod. I got somebody else to do that. But the music, what I did was I recorded myself singing the song, and I sent it over to a guy on Fiverr who could do bardcore music. And he put together the instrumental for me, and it's good. It's a good instrumental. It is. It's pretty solid. It fits like the song that I was singing, right? Then I took the audio of me singing and the audio of the instrumental, and I took it to another girl on Fiverr and I said, hey, can you sing this song? And she did a really good job too. As you can hear. She went like above and beyond to make sure that she got the pronunciation of the German right, and she did a good job singing it. She was a little bit finicky at first. She spent like, I don't know, maybe a month kind of not getting back to me, not saying like whether or not she could do it. She was like, oh, well, my throat is like messed up, so I need to wait for it to heal, you know, stuff like that. But when she did, she like kept in contact with me, which is important. Number one important thing whenever you're doing business with anyone, just at the very least let them know what's happening. Let them know what's going on. And then when she did get to me the song, it was really good. It was really well sung. She did a good job. They both did a good job. And I was really happy with the outcome of the bardcore song. So that's like a good example of something positive that came from using Fiverr. I did write another song recently that has like a little bit more of a, it's like the castle style of whether or not I'm happy with it or not. It's like, well, it was kind of mediocre, right? I hired somebody else to produce a song for me, basically. I gave them like all the information on the song and the lyrics, and I sang it for them, and I was like, hey, I want it to be done like in this style. And you know, they use like GarageBand and they play guitar, and they're like, yeah, I got you. Right. And they send me back the song, and the music is solid, but you know, singing not really quite there. Very thick accent and not really quite hitting the notes. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, you're halfway there, so I'll say that this is a success, sure. So then I take it to somebody else on Fiverr. I'm like, hey, I have the instrumental. Can you just sing it better? Can you just sing this song instead? And then they got back to me recently. They, first of all, no messages in between. Nothing. There's no questions. No further information. Like, I tried to give them as much information as I could just right away, but, you know. You know what? How I mentioned before about how Bardcore girl who was singing it, she like kept in contact with me the whole time, and she like, you know, tried to go above and beyond to make it a really good song, and I appreciated that. This person just like doesn't say anything, right? And then just all of a sudden I get the message that the order is ready, and it's like, oh, okay. I guess that's fine. Let's check it out. And you know, he sings it fine, right? But he completely misses like the beat where he's supposed to start singing. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to get back to him and be like, hey, try again. One more time, perhaps. But you know, that's another thing that you'll get from Fiverr people, is that they'll just like, no questions, no real care about how the product turns out. They just do it however they feel like doing it, and then they just expect it to be like over with as quickly as possible. And that's not really what I'm looking for. That's not really what I'm looking to collaborate with in general. I prefer interaction. If you have a question, if you're confused about something, I'd rather you ask me about it. Like, I'm not going to see you as any more incompetent for being confused about something. It's a good thing to ask questions, in fact, because I want to make sure that the product turns out good. I want to make sure that you don't just completely miss the beat of the music and sing completely off beat for the whole song. That, you know? He wasn't cheap either. You know how it goes. You know how it goes, guy. Yeah. But, you know, he's okay at singing, you know. It sounds like he's also kind of struggling with the notes, funny enough. But he did okay singing it. It's just, like, not enough attention to detail. It's just he doesn't really care about how the end product is. And that's an issue in of itself whenever you're working with anybody. Like, practically like the whole stream now, we've been talking about all these experiences with hiring artists and creatives, and we've been talking about social media. Already off to a great stream. Lots of topics here. Lots of real interesting topics. But in general, I recommend that you only work with people who care if the end product is good. I understand if you're just not in the position to do that. It's hard to find people who care these days. It's very hard to find people who give a shit about anything in life. But if you can find those people, those are the people you want to work with. In the end, that's just how it is. Oh yeah, Fiverr is quantity over quality for most of the users on there. That is unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. I get it to some degree if you like have a lot of orders for like your work, and maybe it's not work that requires a lot of care, maybe it's just like mindless, tedious stuff. Maybe for that it's like fine. But not for stuff like this, you know? Not for stuff like this. Let's see, not to get off topic, but have you decided on any new kinds of content for your channel yet? Oh, you mean like the reacting stuff and the... I mean, I haven't made like a hard lock decision quite yet. I did record and, well, I guess I'm finished a video, but I don't know if I'll upload it next week or not. Maybe I'll upload it that a random time. I'll surprise you with it all of a sudden. I uploaded a video of me reacting to a manga one-shot on Manga Plus. That was kind of fun. I'll give it that. It was kind of fun. The reacting stuff is, there's always a winners. But, I don't know how good the reaction stuff will remain for copyright reasons. It's always a little bit like, we're threading the needle a little bit here. Let's see how much we can get away with. So, who knows? Who knows if that's really going to be, like, good new content. Same thing with the reacting to YouTube videos. Obviously, like, Asmongold's whole... most of his profit, like, comes from that. But, you know, it is tricky. Especially if you make somebody mad. And they just decide to copy strike you to hell. Some detachment from your art is good in some cases, but not all. I don't know about that, actually, because I've really seen artists who become detached from their art completely lose their passion for doing art. Like, it always starts there, and then it turns to them hating art, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of real doomers out there who are like, art isn't supposed to be fun, it's a job. And it's like, whoa. Whoa. What happened to you, you know? God damn. Become a machine. Yeah, there you go. But you know, I'm not saying that I have all the answers in life, but if you're gonna do art, you should like it, you know? You should enjoy it. That's just my opinion. I don't have all the... Maybe you just shouldn't enjoy anything ever. Maybe you should just die. I don't know. Damn it. Just trying to be optimistic over here. Oh, okay. How do you feel about opening up reviews? Do you feel like it's been worth it so far? I would say so. I would say so. I've had fun doing the honest reviews for people. I don't know if I've made other people feel as though like yeah. Maybe I've disappointed a lot of people by giving them the honest reviews. I hope they don't take it personally, because as I've said before in my video, like, when I do the paid reviews, I am going to make them honest. And my honesty is going to be quite harsh at times. But I do also recognize that the things that I'm reviewing, they're indie content. It's indie work, and I know that it's going to take people a while to perfect an indie comic and make it something that can actually compete with other content out there that has a whole production behind it. That's like the tricky thing. I love your reaction stuff. You're so smart and talented. I'd love to see you just keep being a creator, not a commentator. Oh. Well, I can certainly create quite a few things. I'd love to do more videos talking about the comic making stuff and some art stuff. I'd love to get back to doing some art streams in general. There's a lot of things that I'd love to do if only I could. But sometimes things are a little bit more difficult, time-consuming especially. Can't wait to be done Sonic City Witch and just have that just done with. It's just a big load off my shoulders so I can make time for other things. Whew, that would be nice. You need to do reactions to reactions. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, artists should be professional to be sure, but yeah, you should be having fun with your work. that goes hand in hand with keeping you sane. For sure. For sure. React maxing. Yeah. Man. What other news should I even go over? Because I've gone over, like, most everything. Most things. I went over, like, the Twitter stuff, social media stuff. I went over Burning Star stuff. I talked about Fiverr for a long time, because that is also apparently a topic of discussion. And really, I just went off. I'm just talking about random things. I'm not even asking people, like, what happened in the news or anything. I just started going off talking about other things that were on my mind. My bad, I suppose. I think that it's kind of interesting, though, hearing somebody's, like, because I've hired a lot of people for creative stuff, it feels like maybe I have experience to share with hiring people that others should consider. But I don't know. Everything is, to some extent, kind of a coin flip, whether or not they're going to do a good job, you know? No matter who it is, no matter how you know them, it's kind of a coin flip. Either way, you should at least be looking at, like, their previous work, so that at least you get an idea of what they're actually capable of. That's what I really don't like, is people who have no experience in the work that you need done whatsoever, and they just think that they can do it. And, you know, you're like a level 3 in your ability of doing the type of work that I want done, but I'm looking for level 90. So, you know, there's a gap there. It's like, if I were looking for a level 3 to do this kind of work, I would just do it myself. I have a lot of experience doing art, and I even have experience doing music and, like, all this other stuff. I have experience doing logo stuff and all this other stuff, but it's not what I'm not looking for someone at my level to hire. I'm looking for someone higher than my level to hire. That's why I'm willing to put up the money to pay for somebody else to do it. It's because I'm looking for someone to do a better job than what I would do. That's all I'm saying. You know? That's all I'm saying. Never used Fiverr, so it's interesting to me, at least. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting videos about people hiring people on Fiverr to do things, or at least there were back in the day. Who knows if anyone but me still uses Fiverr. But there was, like, a big trend at one point in time on YouTube where it's like creators hiring people on Fiverr to do stuff, and then they would look at the end product, and, like, on YouTube they would, like, judge the end product to decide, like, oh, was this really worth it? Was this worth the price? You know, did they do a good job? Yada yada yada. There's a bunch of those videos out there. And, you know, it's usually kind of the same results, where they say the same thing that I just said, which is like, it's very hit or miss. It's just like, once you find somebody on Fiverr that can do a thing, you should just always go back to that person if you want to do more of that thing. Because if you go to somebody else, you're probably not going to get the same results. That's just kind of how it is. Yep, one reason I rarely hire anyone is because I can do most things myself. But I got no time. Yeah, I get that. I don't really have much time myself. I'd like to hire other people to do things that I don't have time to do. It's like, I could probably sit down and learn how to do animation on Clip Studio and, like, get some animated stuff out there for, like, trailers for comics and things. Or Or I could just hire somebody else to do it who already has experience and already knows what they're doing and will make it look nice and pretty, you know? However, I will not hire somebody to do a worse job than what I would do. Absolutely not. That's the crossing the line part for me. I am not going to hire somebody who's going to do a worse job than I would do. No. No, definitely not. Alright. I can't believe an hour has gone by already. We spent like the whole stream just like bitching about social media and Fiverr. That's crazy. Oh my god. I guess I had a lot more to say about those subjects than I first realized. Alright, maybe I should just do my close out now. Just go over comic stuff. You remember Burning Star Comics, right, guys? Yes, worldwide shipping. We got a bunch of comics. These are just comics on the homepage. We got more comics than these. You go over here and you can check out all the different comics we got. These is new stuff. Hey, we got like the Witch Officer Hazel. This is a new keychain, actually. It's a new one that I made for like Halloween-y purposes. It's cute. Buy it. Yeah, then the Coffee Love and Guns. I like this keychain too. This is a good one. I like this one. Well, of course I like it. I made it, but you know, I'm just saying. I'm just clarifying to the rest of you that I like the things that I made. I'm very full of myself. Yes. Searchers and Sonic City Witch, both available for pre-order if you want to get physical copies of those. Searchers is at the printers right now. Sonic City Witch is going to be at the printers soon. Just gotta finish up, you know, some things for it. It's just a matter of editing, basically. Edits. Crazy Kabiuzuki issue 2. That was supposed to release next month, but it looks like it's getting delayed, which is quite unfortunate. You know, sometimes life just gets in the way, and you're not gonna meet your deadline. And I get it. I don't know how long it'll be delayed for. I'm hoping we can still get it out sometime this year. I wouldn't want to, like, have to release it in 2025 instead. But yeah, hopefully we can get it out this year. So, yeah, go check out burningstarcomics.net. You know the link. You know the deal. You know the comics. I hope. Have I gone over the comics with you guys? Yeah, I mean, I would hope that if you tune in for the Fridays with Dannphan, that you know what's up. What program were you using to animate with your older videos? My older videos? I need more specification on that. Do you mean like the ending theme? What did I use to animate like my ending theme with the program restart, that stuff? Because I didn't really use an animation program to do that. I just like made the images separately and then put them in the video editor and then just video edited with the images to make it look like it was kind of animated. For the Ellie the Eliminator animations, I did kind of the same thing actually, where I just made a bunch of separate images and then put them together in a video editor. And then for one of them I just hired somebody to animate. Or, no, sorry, two of them I hired somebody else to animate the actual animation. But yeah. Were collectives ever a thing on Fiverr? Collectives? I don't know. I don't think so. Yes, I don't know, man. Anyway, thank you for another great therapy session. Yeah, I guess I'm good at that. It seems to be a recurring theme on these streams. So yeah, just me like talking about things on my mind, just like not even remotely on brand. It is somewhat related, because I guess like it has to do with like art and stuff and people I hire. You know, you get behind the scenes of like how I hired 2 people on Fiverr to do that Bardcore song. Hey, and I also let you know that there's other music that I've been working on for more promotional purposes. What I actually wanted to do, and if I do this, it'll probably be a while in the future before it actually gets posted online, right? But what I actually wanted to do is I wanted to do a concept opening and ending for Reaper. Like, if it was an animated series, what would the opening look like? And then what would the ending theme be like? So I have like 2 songs that I'm having be made for that. And then as far as like animating the opening and ending theme, that's like its own little matzo ball. That's its own deal in that direction. But I can at least have the music get made fairly easily. In comparison to animation, making the music is fairly easy, because I just record myself singing it and have somebody make an instrumental, have somebody sing it, hopefully on beat. But, you know, that's just generally, it's kind of similar to the Bardcore song, where it's like making the music is not really that complicated compared to animation. Oh yeah, that stuff is easy compared to animation. But yeah, so there's something you could potentially look forward to in the future as things go forward. Obviously, gotta finish up Sonic City Witch before I do any more work on Reaper, but it is gonna be my main series, and it is the series that I'm gonna be pushing for the next couple years now, so you better get used to seeing it, buddy. Better get used to seeing more Reaper stuff. That's gonna be the main brunt of stuff you'll see from me. That's gonna end Friday with Dannphan. We're gonna cut it off here. Thank you guys for joining me on another fantastic Friday. Sorry if we didn't talk about the stuff that you actually wanted to hear me talk about. We'll get them next time. Next Friday, another day, we'll talk about other things. I promise. And yeah, I'll get a new video out for you next week. I think the video I'm actually gonna post next week might not be the manga reaction. It might just be the more Avengers Academy, because I just read recently the next few chapters of Avengers Academy. Blew my fucking mind. And I gotta show you guys. I gotta show you guys what happens. So I think I'm actually gonna edit that video this weekend and have it up by Wednesday. So, look forward to that, guys. Thank you for joining me again. Excited to see you next time on another Friday. Maybe on Game Fans, but probably not tonight. Probably another night we'll do Game Fans stream. And I'm exhausted just from yelling during this stream. How does that happen? Alright, good night everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.